problem for. Rely on their experience. They know what a lot of the problems are. If you start talking to people, they know what the problems are. They know what's not working. They know what could be fixed, but you need to do that. You need to ask them and involve them. Create some incentive programs. Let them know what you're looking to do. Help them get excited about the change that's happening. Because if you come in and you start saying, okay, so starting today, we're going to do this, this, and this, and you never had a conversation with them, they're not going to be real receptive to that, right? They want to know that, number one, their job is secure. You can't think of it from their perspective. Now there's a new owner. They don't know what's going to change. They don't understand perhaps what your vision is, even though you think you've explained it to them. They still don't know how they fit into that. Their whole world now has changed. So you need to be a little bit thoughtful about that. So when you go in, you should have a plan. You should know what is the situation today? Where would you like to be? And have a written plan on how you're going to get there. Have measurable metrics. Have your ROI done so that you know why you're doing this. So you can explain why you're making these changes. You need to involve them. Get them excited. It's a great opportunity to do that. But anytime you acquire a business, you not only buy the bad, you can buy the good. But it's up to you whether or not you're going to utilize that in the right way. So you need to have a plan in place. You cannot just buy a business and think you're going to walk in day one and say, okay, we're just going to do this, because it's not going to work. And they are your biggest asset. That company, yes, you bought some ovens, perhaps some tables and some silverware, but you did also buy this employee. And in the sense that this is your opportunity to either make it or break it with these employees. They can be an asset or they can be a problem. And often, they'll say, well, this person's not doing this and this person's not doing that. And I would say, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, you have to think about your own behavior. And as an owner, yes, you are the owner, and you can do whatever you want. Doesn't mean it's best, right? So you need to really sit back and say, how am I affecting this business? How am I going to make a positive impact, and how am I going to do this change in a way that's really going to get me to where I want to be? So for me, it's about change management, and I think that's really important, especially when you acquire a business, but not only. It's also important, even within the existing business, when you see these problems, and you say, okay, we're going to implement these new safety procedures. How are you going to do that? How are you going to monitor that? What are your metrics? Where are you trying to get to? You have to understand where you're going. You have to understand it. The change management is a very, very important part of any change process, and everyone should spend a little more time learning what that really means and how they can implement that and how you can measure whether or not your changes are effective. Because if you make a change and it's not effective, that's just as important, right? You're going to try stuff in a business. You need to know if it was productive or it wasn't, if it met the goals that you set, if it was to save money, lower injuries. You have to have metrics in place. That's my spiel. Thank you very much for having us today. This is my last opportunity to speak with you, and I'd be happy to speak with you afterwards. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kim. I thought that was a real good point, that these change management strategies and change management plans not just important for buying a new operation, but say you're a manager and you're coming into a new business and you have to deal with the existing personalities and cultures. It'd be a good opportunity then as well. So, all right, let's bring Keith up here and see how somebody can sue us, or we can sue them.
I'm going to be an equal opportunity picker-honor, because I'm going to leave Brad alone, and even though Mike retaliated against me, I'm going to leave him alone. Right? I'm going to pick on me, because in the acquisition area, I am the guy who established the key